walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like man clothes, just left Concord. No Carolina, I was licking on booty and a whole lot of vagina. Eat a pizza with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube, make it chip, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I gotta get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
Started. Please don't get me started. Started. Please don't get me.
What up, y'all? Snit Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, with another Rikers Island story for that ass, man. Go ahead, hit the like button, share this, subscribe if you're new here. But I want to explain to y'all why you should never join the Bloods when you go to jail. Never, ever, ever, ever. And disclaimer, I say Bloods, but this is all gangs. But I gotta say all gangs for you simpletons, you sensitive ass Bloods that be complaining whenever somebody got something slightly negative to say about the Bloods. When people say Bloods, it's all of y'all, all you niggas that's in gangs that don't attempt to contribute anything to society. You walk around thinking you're better than everybody, when in all due reality, you're just a thug, you're just a hoodlum. And in all due reality, you have the mind of a slave. Fight against the slave mind, okay? Fight against the Jim Crow mind. The mind to have a brother go against his own brother. And I'm saying this as somebody who's done violent things towards my own people, but I aspire to be a better man every day. But anyways, I'm gonna explain to you why you should never join the Bloods in jail. Okay, first of all, anyone who goes to jail and joins a gang, right? You're a pussy. He was pussy. If that was your man's, your brother, your father, whoever, he was pussy. He was pussy. Now, if it's something brand new and y'all trying to get it lit, cool. But if it's something that's already known, he's pussy. For the simple reason of this. And I gotta say the Bloods, because the Bloods is the biggest gang in New York City and in most parts of the United States, right? Altogether, collectively, numbers-wise. But especially in New York City, for the simple fact of this. When the Bloods first started in the 90s, this was something new. This was a new idea. This was something that was never done before. This was to rally different black men together. Different black men together to join this organization. Some say it's to fight oppression against the Latin Kings and things like that. Other people say it was just something new to do, just a new gang for people to do. If you're aware of the Bronx been heavily gang infested since the 60s, all the way from back then with motorcycle gangs and things like that. Like, if you watch the movie The Warriors, the Bronx in New York City was literally like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's based on like real shit. You know what I'm saying? But when the Bloods first started for that reason. So fast forward to now, or within the last 10, 15 years, right? Anybody who went to jail and they joined the Bloods or any other gang, but mostly the Bloods, because the Bloods have the most numbers, like I said. And they just so happen to be the most oppressive gang in New York City because they have the numbers. If the Crips would have had the same numbers, it would be the Crips and so on and so forth. But for all intents and purposes, we talking about the Bloods specifically, right? Because it's by default. But now, within the last 15 years, if they go to jail and they join one of these organizations, they're pussy for the simple fact that up until the point where you went to jail, chances are you grew up with that particular hood. I mean, that particular gang in your neighborhood. You was exposed to it your whole life or most of your life, and you were probably given the opportunity to join this organization before you went to jail. So now that you're in jail and you never joined this organization, but now because you're in jail, now you find a reason to join this organization, it's because you're a pussy and you wanted to be a part of something because you need to look tough. You need to look tough. That's it, period. You need protection. You needed protection. You needed somebody to say, hey, that guy, I think I could take him. But even if I think I could take him and I'm wrong or right, I don't want to try him because he's a member of fill in the blank gang / organization. So you are a coward. I don't care if that's your best friend, your father, your uncle, your brother, your little brother, your nephew, whoever it was. He was scared. He was scared. And then on the rare occasion, maybe he wasn't scared. And maybe he just was in there putting in a whole bunch of work. He was just super duper duper tough. And then some dudes from the higher ups or whatever said organization say, yo, listen, man, get down with us. I'm gonna give you all of the status you want. You can do what you want. Just get down with us. We need a real nigga like you on our team. That happens 5% of the time, if it ever happens, you know what I'm saying? And these are facts. These are facts. You have to have been around the situation and seen it like I seen it. Because when I was there, I seen it for what it was, you feel me? That's exactly what it was like. Now, the other reason why you should not join the Bloods / any gangs when you get to jail. Not only because you probably had the opportunity to join and get your stripes up before you even went to jail, which is the best way to do it. The people in jail who've been a part of whatever gang organization for a long amount of time and they put in a lot of work, they're not gonna have the most respect for the new guy who comes in and they know you from this neighborhood, whatever, and you had the opportunity to be part of whatever set, even if you join the same gang inside of Rikers Island or any other jail, but you're a different set than what you would have been had you been out in the town in your own hood repping whatever they repping. They're gonna look at you as somebody who you just wanted to be down with the team for the same reason that I said for the first reason, because you're soft. You just want to be a part of something. You brandy want to be down ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the fact of the matter. And these are the people who get sent on Doja missions. They get sent to do the dirty work of the bosses who don't want to do things that's going to have them risk going back to the box because they probably been to the box already, or have them lose their position. You know what I'm saying? Because in Rikers Island, just like that, you could be the king of the hill in this crib. You could get found out for extortion or something like that. You could go to the box, serve your time, your miserable time in the box, and then you could go to a completely other crib and a Brooklyn nigga will look you in your face and say, I don't care if you was tough in the next crib. Sit down, and I want commissary, or we packing you up and we getting you out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like these is the facts of the situation. Just because you was tough in one crib doesn't mean you're gonna be tough in another crib. The people who run that, they will have to respect you enough to put you in a position of power. And it's not gonna be the position of power that you had if you ran it all wherever you came from. You would have to fight for that. You would have to fight for that. You would have to be behind the scenes with other people and start a revolution. That's not a revolution. The revolution be with the damn niggas. I mean a hostile takeover. A hostile takeover. If anybody wants any more detailed what a hostile takeover is, let me know in the comment section. I'll do a video on that. But you do not want to join any gangs, especially the Bloods. The Bloods is it's funny. It's like, first of all, because they have numbers, there are a whole lot of official niggas that's a part of this organization. Whole lot of official niggas. But because the numbers is so high, they kind of they're made to look bad, because for every 5 official niggas, it's 25 more dudes that's soft, that just want to be down. There's a lot of official dudes that are Bloods. I know a lot of them. I came across a lot of them when I was in Rikers Island. But like I said, there's so many extra ones who are soft and they want to be down just because they know the power that the Bloods have, that it makes the official ones that I know and some of you are watching, the ones that you know, look bad. And that goes for, the Crips and the rest of them too, If an organization got 50,000 people, probably only 10,000 of them is super duper official and go to jail. They're not going to tell. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest of them, it's just people with no backbone who want to be down. They looking for somebody to validate them and give them orders. And they just want to be cool. They just want to look cool. A bunch of men for no particular reason that means anything. And this is a problem that we have within our inner cities right now. But in a way, it's like gangs in one way or another have always been here. Gangs in one way or another is always going to be here. Gangs go by different names. They go by Bloods, Crips, Police, Skull and Bones Association, fraternities, you feel me? Sports clubs, motorcycle clubs, all these things are gangs. There's a tribal nature amongst men that has always been here and it will always be here. But the problem with gangs, especially gangs in New York City, is that these organizations, these groups of people used to form to protect women, children, the neighborhood against oppression. But now it's just oppressors continuing to oppress each other. And that's the problem that we have. So I want to end this by saying shout out to all the real right Bloods that I know. Shout out to all the official niggas. Much love. If you're a Blood watching this and you wanted to stand up individuals that I'm speaking of and not one of the cornballs that I was speaking of earlier, I encourage you to be somebody who at least goes outside and tells the younger kids who may be trying to follow in your footsteps that they don't have to do that. We live in a new age now. These kids could get really good at playing Call of Duty, NBA Live, NBA 2K, Grand Theft Auto, and they can literally play games every day and make thousands of dollars every month. You know what I'm saying? Just be somebody who encourages the children to do something different. We all know if you've been in it, you've been in it, And if you stood tall through it all, caught your charges, never told, you deserve to be respected as the man that you are. But I encourage you to be somebody who encourages the children to be different from you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.